I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
You don't even prepare. Yo. Man, what a season. What a year. We back with the playoff predictions. We live. I think we should be live.
I hope so.
But what's going on?
Oh yeah,
What's
we
going
on. I see it. Yeah. What up?
Man,
Ready for these playoffs?
ready for the
What's going on,
playoffs.
everybody?
The not so breaking news about AJ Brown got me tight.
Y'all had no. Y'all were already gonna lose. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I wanted to see a good game. I might have had a parlay. Might not.
Now you got an excuse though. Now you got an excuse.
Oh man,
Listen,
yo,
no
he literally didn't know. We had to tell him on stream just now we was stand up.
Like, I
Breaking
just
news.
found out. Breaking news, but whatever. As long as Devontae scores, I'll be all right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But I mean, let's jump into it. We got a lot of games to go over, so let's get to the first one. So that first one is the Browns and Texans today at 4:30. So I think week 16, the Browns played the Texans. They beat them 36-22. That was the game Amari Cooper went off, had 265 yards, 2 touchdowns, but C.J. Stroud also didn't play. So thoughts? Do you guys think it's going to be similar, or what do you think is going to be the keys to the game?
Yeah, I mean, I know Stroud didn't play last time, but I just don't like rookie quarterback. I know as good as Stroud has been, I don't like rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs. It doesn't. I think Purdy won as a rookie last year, but before Purdy, the last time a rookie quarterback won a playoff game was Russell Wilson back in 2012. So it doesn't happen often. It's only happened that one time. Purdy in the past like 10 years. Stroud's probably going to get rookie of the year, but Cleveland's defense is on another level. I don't even have to mention Flacco and the run he's on. He's got more touchdowns than the Jets have all year, which says a lot about both. But yeah, I'm going to go with history on this one. I'm going to go against the rookie quarterback. I'm going to go with the vet and the number one defense. I'm going Browns.
Okay. I can't really argue with you too much, Lee. I wanted to back Stroud. I wanted to back the Texans heavy. But I like the Browns. Like it's the playoffs. Experience matters, defense matters. And the Browns just have the better defense than the Texans. And speaking to that, the Texans play a little bit of zone, and Flacco isn't great against zone in general, but he has experience. He knows how to move the ball down the field, and that defense is still scary. End of the day, Stroud didn't play in that other game that they had. The way that Myles Garrett gets after it, I don't know that he finishes this game, man. So we're going to see. I know they're home, but they're going to be in a great position for their future, but their season ends tonight. I think the key is going to be the defense and the experience that they're going to get from Flacco, and overall, defense wins championships. So the Texans are set up, though. They got like $75 million available in cap next year. Still got Stroud, still got Tank, still got Nico. They got to figure out the running back position, but shout out to D'Amico Ryans, but it's over. It's over today.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be a close game. I honestly think it's a toss up. I think a big factor is like how the Browns do on offense. I know Joe Flacco's been hot lately, but I think Njoku is going to be a big piece, like how well he plays, how well they get him in the game. Because I think the Texans are either going to try to shut down Amari Cooper or Njoku, and I don't feel confident in the Browns' run game. So I'm not sure that they'll run away with it like they did last time. But I think it's going to be a close game. Like C.J. Stroud put up a close game. I think the closer the game is late, I think it favors the Texans. But I think the Browns, if they get out early, they should be able to solidify it. Their kicker is good too. He's been strong all year. I think they trust him from anywhere on the field. So it's like it should be a close game. But I think ultimately Browns take it, but I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I think the Browns take it. I don't think Amari Cooper is going for record numbers this week, though.
He's not going
Like
for
they
265.
they gotta figure that out. But
Yeah.
hey, I mean, those are toss ups, though. Well, at least one of them was right.
Yeah.
He just kind of came down with it and broke free. But you know,
Yeah, but I don't. The Texans don't have anyone to stop Amari Cooper. Like he's not gonna get 200 yards, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets like 150 again. It's like they got no one to guard him.
yeah, I just wish Tank Dell was playing, man. I really do.
Yeah, Tank Dell definitely would make a difference. I think to be fair, I think Nico Collins got hurt the last time they played. So they were just missing a lot of pieces. I mean, obviously, like you said, C.J. Stroud is not Mills or Keenum, but they should have a better game. So we'll see, man. Would like you said, like one thing could change it. You know, turnover is always big, but we'll see. I think this is the closest game that we'll see out of all of them.
I think in those close games, you got to go with whoever you think the best player is on the field, and I think everybody would agree that that's still Myles Garrett.
Okay.
So
yeah, and Denzel Ward I think is supposed to come back. Is supposed to play too. So
okay.
If the Browns are full strength on that defense, they're again the Texans aren't. We mentioned all the young pieces, but they don't have the balance on with the run game.
they about to light them up.
Do we? So
Texans.
So we don't think home field will play a factor at all because Texans are home.
I don't know a single Texans fan in my life.
Yeah, Houston's not Kansas City. It's not Pittsburgh. It's tough because who's really a Houston Texans fan unless you're from Houston.
Yeah.
Like if you're in Texas, you're probably a Dallas fan, right? They probably Cowboys fan.
They saving up for them Dallas tickets, man.
Yeah,
they're not going to the Texas game, man. It's gonna be loud in there. Let me stop playing.
Yeah, I mean they did just host a national championship, so you know maybe they got some residuals over there. But all right. So moving on to our the next game today, which would be Dolphins Chiefs. So this is going to be a big one. Dolphins and Chiefs also faced each other week 9. The Chiefs won 21-14. Mahomes had one of his better games. It went for 185 and 2 touchdowns. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be similar? Do you think the weather is going to play a factor?
Yeah, for my key to the game, it's brick. That's what I wrote. It's cold as fuck out there, bro.
Whoever's got the better hand warmers and seat warmers and all that stuff. That's good.
So here's my thing, right? They're gonna have to run that ball, both teams. I think that still does favor Pacheco versus even Mostert and A-Chain, your boy. But the Chiefs kind of suck. Like they've just been so mid all year. Like, and I know the Dolphins have kind of tapered off towards the end, and it's cold. They're not in Miami. Like they're not where you want to be. Like I feel like if this game was being held in Miami, we all would be like, oh, the Dolphins probably take it, right? Just based off how the Chiefs have played all year. But because it's not in Miami, it's going to be cold. It's snowing. I know it's Tyreek Hill's revenge game or whatever, but I trust his hands better than anybody on the Chiefs for sure. And I think he might have a decent game even if it snows pretty bad, but I think you got to go with the Chiefs. The NFL just wants that Taylor Swift money, bro. They got the game on Peacock, goddammit. You think they're just gonna be like, all right, well, Miami's win? No, man. The NFL gonna put the rig in. They're gonna rig it. Yeah. It's gonna be the Chiefs, and we all gonna hate it, but it's just is what it is.
I can have a separate rant on it being on Peacock. That's dumb as fuck. But I'm gonna go against the grain on this one. I'm picking the Dolphins. Okay. I know everyone's talking shit about Tua in the cold. He's like, whatever his record is, like Owen, whatever, and like in weather less than like 70 degrees, and it's supposed to be like negative something. But I'm not putting my money in Tua. I'm putting my money in that Dolphins run game. You mentioned the run game, Pacheco. I know Mostert's kind of banged up. He's got like an ankle and knee injuries. I think he's questionable. I don't think they said if he's going to play yet. But if he does play, I'm taking that Dolphins that Dolphins run game over the Chiefs run game. It's going to be freezing. I don't think they're going to be throwing 40 times. I know they're known for like their passing offense, but Miami still had the sixth best run offense in the league, with Mostert and H-Chan coming in and out of the lineup at various times with their own injuries. But if they're both going to be playing today, I think they're going to get the bulk of the offense, and I like the matchup of the Dolphins' run offense versus Kansas City's run defense. Kansas City had a really good defense this year. They really made up for the lack of the offense, but they really struggled in the run. They were only the 18th team against the run, so I like that matchup. And I think Miami's run defense is a top 10 run defense, so I'm taking the matchup here. And again, it's if Mostert plays, because if Mostert plays and they can just feed him and Achane, they could rotate them all game versus like I don't think Pacheco can get 30 carries a game, and I don't really like the backups behind him, Edwards-Helaire and McKinnon. I don't think they're going to do much. So I'm taking the Dolphins in the upset.
Hey man, just don't let A-Chain go off, PMC. That's all. I hope for your sake. Because
he can go off. I mean, my point's already been proven. But like
he had a good game last week.
Yeah, he has a good game, man. But you guys were talking like he was otherworldly. He was untouchable. Like he's not untouchable. But either way, I'm gonna echo what Lee said. I think the Dolphins win this. I think to everyone's point, it's kind of like it's cold. You said it's brick, and most of the Chiefs receivers have had bricks for hands the entire year. So the cold
That's a great
is not
point.
gonna make it
That's
any
a great
better.
point.
The cold's not gonna make it any better. I think the Chiefs are gonna struggle to put up points. I think it's going to be a heavy Kelsey game where they'll probably give him whatever he wants to get. Maybe he'll score. I think Kelsey, I think he gets double-digit targets, double-digit receptions, but ultimately I think they're going to struggle to score. And like you said, like Dolphins have over 1,800 yards on the ground. They have 26 touchdowns on the ground this year. They have the number one offense against the number two defense. So it could be a close game, but I think ultimately like the Dolphins are just going to have way too much for the Chiefs, especially in the cold. Like I don't think Mahomes is going to trust anybody besides Kelsey or just handing it off to Pacheco. Rashid Rice will be there, but like outside of that, they really don't have too much.
Yeah, I think the cold, like everyone's talking about the cold impacting the Dolphins, but it also impacts the Chiefs. Like, it might drop the Dolphins receivers from like this level because it's so cold. They might come down into here, but then it also drops the Chiefs receivers, like you mentioned. Like, you really trust them in the cold. Like, if I'm the Dolphins, I'm just triple teaming Kelsey every single play, and I'm like, okay, either run it or let's see if Tony can catch a pass.
Y'all think Tony gets playing time today?
No.
I wouldn't even put him out there. I wouldn't even.
But the thing is, like it's like who's the second receiver that you put out there? You gonna put
after Rice,
Valdez Scantling?
Yeah.
The Dolphins secondary is the Dolphins secondary. I think Xavier Howard is out, but they still got Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is Howard out? Is he out?
I don't know if he's out or he's questionable, but
I think so. They do have a lot of injuries to that offense. Like Howard's out, Chubb is out.
Kadarius Tony anytime touchdown, man.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, even like he made it. Tony made his like impact on special teams mostly last year, and then they got Hardman back, so it's kind of like he's not even there. So it's just, I don't know. I think it's gonna be tough for them, man. I think it's gonna be tough. I know Andy Reid is always gonna draw something up, so like they may click early, but after that, once they settle in, I think it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great matchup. Andy Reid.
Versus Mike McDaniels.
Yeah.
Should be fun. Should be fun. I expect some good sound bites from that.
Yeah, for sure. All right, going to the next game. So this will be first game Sunday. We got the Bills and Steelers. So I predicted it. Steelers made the playoffs.
Yeah, they did.
Sebastian also predicted. Sebastian also
I
predicted
told you
that the Bills would come back and make it. The Bills have definitely been streaking. They won their last 4 games.
They didn't just make it. They won that division like I told you they would.
They won the division over
that
the Dolphins.
game in Buffalo.
Won the division over Dolphins. Got that game in Buffalo. Steelers also snuck in. They had 2 wins this year over the Ravens, who are the top seed. And interesting stat: the Steelers are 5-1 when Pickens has over 100 yards. So
All right.
just a stat. So
Are you wait? What's your wait? What's your pick? What's your pick then?
I'm picking Bills. I'm picking Bills. I think
All right.
I do think Pickens gets over 100 yards, but I think they lose this game. I think if the Steelers have any chance, they're going to have to force it to him to have any chance of winning this game. But I do think it might be closer than people think. Like Gabe Davis is out.
Is he?
Yeah, Gabe Davis is out. I think Allen is gonna put like the game on his shoulders. Like anytime the game gets within doubt or like anything needs to happen, Allen just starts to run. So I think he'll run. I think he'll be able to do it. Especially with Watt out as well. Like there's not going to be as much pressure. So I think Bills ultimately take it, but I think it's going to be closer than people think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. This is also a weather game too. Up in Buffalo, it's supposed to be like 24 degrees. The wind's supposed to be like 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I think just like the last matchup, it's gonna come down to the run game. And we've seen the resurgence of the Bills' run game in the second half when they kind of changed their offense. They started beating James Cook more. They ended up as the 7th best rushing offense in the league. So I think they feature that heavy. I don't even think Josh Allen has to do much this game. I don't think he throws more than 25 times. It's going to be one of those ugly run games and just try to control the clock. Especially with that wind, it's going to be tough to throw. So
I want to say the Bills beat that ass. I honestly do, but I don't think I can go there for one real reason, man. The Madden curse. Josh Allen was on that goddamn cover. He was on that goddamn cover, and something finna happen. I don't know if it's this week. TJ Watt is out. If Watt was playing, I might have more confidence in the Steelers to do something. I like that Pickens stat. I like Pickens. He's just too inconsistent, man. And who's throwing him the ball this week? Is it Rudolph again?
I think it's.
Is it your boy? Are they going back to Pickett? If they go back to Pickett, it's a wash. They getting their ass beat. I don't even know, man.
I don't know if Pickett's playing. I haven't seen that.
I didn't even bother to look because I didn't think it mattered.
I think they have to go Rudolph, right? They won the last couple games with him, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
but that Madden curse is real. The Bills will falter this year.
I thought Mahomes broke the Madden curse last year. Wasn't Mahomes on it? And he won?
Yeah,
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Oh. Hey, man. Then the Bills win it anyway. I think the Bills. I'm chilling. I don't know. Mahomes just took a couple months to kick in, I guess, because it's been a bad year for him.
Couple months to kick in.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Took a little bit. Took a little bit.
All right. Moving to the fourth game of the playoff weekend. We got the Packers and Cowboys. So, Love is making his playoff debut. And again, the Cowboys are 24-6 when CeeDee Lamb has over 75 yards. So I know CeeDee Lamb's been having like a career year, broke a lot of records for the Cowboys in terms of receiving. Do we think that continues and the Cowboys just kind of roll through the Packers, or do we think it's going to be kind of close?
I think the Cowboys go up to an early lead, and then the Packers have to sling it to kind of come back, and it becomes closer than like we thought it'll be, right? It becomes like a close game late, but like the Cowboys end up just sealing it. I think that's how the game will play out. I do have the Cowboys. They're great at home. They've just been great at home all year. They're home. They're playing a quarterback who's never played in the playoffs. I know the Cowboys stay losing to the Packers, but that was the Aaron Rodgers Packers. Yeah. Like, this is Jordan Love, and I got to see it from him for me to believe that he's going to be out here winning playoff games. I like Love. I do. Again, same thing with Stroud. I love Stroud. It's just the playoffs are a different atmosphere, and as much as I hate the Cowboys, that stadium is going to be fucking insane for that game. It just is. So I fully expect the Cowboys to win that game. I think, again, I do think they're going to come back and make it closer, but CeeDee Lamb's probably the key. Overall, like you said, they're 22 and whatever it is. Whenever he has X amount of yards, he's been on one all year. Yeah, he's been on one all year, and ultimately, Micah Parsons is going to get up in. He's going to get at Jordan Love at least once today. So I got the Cowboys for sure.
Ooh, yeah, I'm going Cowboys too. Shout out Jordan Love though, because he did have a crazy year. He was second in touchdowns. He had over 4,000 yards. He had a really good year. But again, it's that playoff. It's his first time really going into the playoffs, playing meaningful games. So it's yet to be determined if he can do it under pressure. I just trust Dak more in this situation, and it obviously comes down to CD. And I think a big piece of it is the Packers don't really have a great defense. If they have one bright spot, it's Jair Alexander is probably a top 10 corner in the league. Problem is he twisted his ankle on Wednesday and he didn't practice on Thursday, didn't practice on Friday. So he's banged up. He's questionable. Something tells me he's going to try to play, but I don't think he's going to be 100%. So good luck stopping CeeDee Lamb. I think CD goes off like 180 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's going to be a CD day.
Okay. It seems like we're all in unison on that one. Yeah, I think Cowboys win. I don't know if it's close. I think Dak's been playing with a chip on his shoulder all year, especially not winning the MVP. I do. I think he's got something to prove. Like he didn't put that hat on like when they clinched, home field, like they clinched the division. Like I think he's been playing well. Like I hate to admit it, but he's just been playing well, consistent. No one's been able to stop CD. He damn near almost caught Tyreek Hill. So he's just been having a career year. So if they can get anything out of the running game, they could be kind of scary.
Yeah, man. Dak anytime touchdown, man. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, it was Dak's MVP to lose. I feel like it's past like 3-4 years though. We've been waiting for Dak to break through the door, and I feel like this might finally be the year, just because there's really, besides the 49ers, I don't really see anyone in the NFC stopping them.
This ain't the year, bro. It's never happening. I told y'all so many. How many times I tell y'all? Don't Dak or Kirk. I told y'all at the beginning of the year, don't do it. And y'all still doing it. Y'all still doing it.
You mentioned how good they are at home. That's why I think it was so huge that they got the second seed that Eagles choked, because the Cowboys are 8-0 at home. Like 8-0 at home.
They gonna win today. Or this week. They're gonna win this week. We talk about the chip. It's the Cowboys we talking about. I don't care how good Dak plays in the first game of this. Nah, bro. Go beat the Niners. He loses this game.
They only have to worry about the Niners.
They lose this game. Dak probably gone, bro. I'm not even
think
playing.
so.
Gone? No.
If they lose this game,
that's a hot take. Nah.
Yo.
I think it depends on how they lose. I think it depends on how they lose.
I think they get rid of McCarthy before Dak.
Jerry Jones don't got time for all that, bro.
It depends on how they lose. Because what are they going to do? They're going to play Trey Lance? Or are they going to go get somebody else?
Like what are their other options? There's no other. You're not going to. They're not drafting high.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because I don't think if they lose this game, I don't think, unless Dak just plays terribly, like I don't think you look at it and be like, yo, we don't have the pieces to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
but this is my thing. The Cowboys have the pieces every year to win a chip, and they never get even to the conference. Like they never even get to the championship game. So like, yo, what we doing? Yeah. Like, at what point are you just like, all right, yo? Like they already changed the head coach. They did that. So, like, I'm not saying McCarthy should keep his job. I think McCarthy if they lose, McCarthy should be gone too. I'm just saying.
But I guess
it's not working.
But I guess in that same vein, it's kind of like that hasn't all been Dak though. You know what I mean? Like that's been the same thing. Like even with like Romo, like it was the same thing. So it's kind of like, is it the players or is it, you know what I mean? Because they put the pieces there.
Can't. The rest of that team is too good.
I get what you're saying though.
Sometimes the shit just don't work with some guys, bro.
But
I'm a Giants fan.
What do you do?
Their championship.
Saying, where do you go? What else? You're literally saying like, yo, like if not for that,
blow it up just to blow it up.
Or if not for one game, we could be still talking about Dak as like an MVP candidate. So we're really just like, yo, he's not the guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a huge like shift.
You're not gonna get anyone better.
Because if anything, if you want to do anything on the player side, you would have to be like, yo, Tony Pollard's not it.
That's true. What I mean? I have a guy that they could go get and it'd be the biggest story in the game, man. Tom Brady. I said it.
Listen,
No,
I just think there's still. I mean, for the Cowboys too, you got to figure like Diggs hasn't played all year, so for them it's like yo, like we still can
Yo,
add
Diggs not
Diggs.
even good.
But I'm just saying
He's
from
not.
an
He's not. No,
but you gotta look
he's
from an
still.
organization perspective. Like you got Bland who led the league in picks, and then Diggs led the league last year. So it's like if we have both, like that's what they're
And
thinking.
they had,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Between
Listen,
them two and Gilmore, if they had all three of them
Yeah,
healthy at the same
exactly.
time, that's the three best
I feel
trio in
ya.
the league.
We're all in agreement that they're winning this game, right? If they lose this game, something got to change. And y'all telling me it's
Yeah.
McCarthy? Cool.
I think McCarthy's gone.
I don't think it should stop at McCarthy. That's me.
I don't think it's the players though. If anything, it's like maybe you look at the line, like you look at the offensive line and you look at the running backs. That's it. But everything else is like you have pieces to compete. You know what I mean?
It's
like
the run.
Go get Belichick. Go get Brady, man. Do it, Jerry.
They just need
Biggest
another
story
back.
in the world.
they'll
They just need
get
another
Derrick
back.
Henry. They'll get Derrick Henry in the offseason.
Oh, yeah, because Pollard
Yeah.
can't be the guy.
They'll
He
get Derrick
needs another
Henry and
someone
they'll
else.
have that 2-man punch, and then it's like, yo, it's the coaches.
And then when they don't win next year, then what?
But it's the coaches though. It's still the coaches. You know what I mean? Like it's not the players.
I think Dak. It's hard to move on from Dak because he's got so much guaranteed money as a quarterback, and I still think he has a couple of years left. So it's not as easy to get rid of him. Like you can try to, you can people will trade for him, but you still have to eat that cap.
And he has to play badly. That's the other thing. Like, he has to play badly.
Teams hitch their wagon to the wrong quarterback all the time. Hate to see it.
But he has to play badly.
It's similar to the Broncos situation. Like, why are you going to get rid of Russell Wilson when he wasn't terrible? He was definitely above average. And if you cut him, you're going to have to eat like $30-40 million. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. Unless they have to like have a complete disaster against in the wild card. But
Yeah. So Sebastian, right? Like if you move on from Dak, who do you go get?
I already told you, man. I'm gonna stop saying Tom Brady. I don't know. I just know it don't work.
But
and maybe that's short-sighted. I know. I'm just saying I know what's happening isn't working. If they lose this game, what's happening there isn't working.
I get you. But who do you go get? Like, who do you go get that's gonna improve your team over Dak? There's no one to get, man. Like you said, you want to go from Dak to Kirk? Because that's it.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. That's like
the only place you can go.
Oh man!
Unless you just get younger, but like if you're trying to win now, like there's nowhere else to get.
Crazy.
There's nowhere.
If I'm the Cowboys, I'm not trading for a quarterback either.
Yeah.
Because then you're eating money and giving up draft picks. They're like stuck. That's the problem. They're stuck. They're stuck with that.
There's nowhere to go, man.
Damn.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to be stuck with it.
Yeah,
MVP
that's what I'm
candidate,
saying.
but-
I don't think you can't win with Dak. Put it that way.
You could win with that.
You can win with that.
Show me, bro.
I don't like Mike McCarthy. I don't think you can.
I'm not hoping they prove it, but like
Show me, man.
I can acknowledge that it's a thing. But all right, moving to the next game. We got two more. Rams and Lions. That's the late game on Sunday. So last 4 games for the Lions, Monroe St. Brown has had 32 catches, 452 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And for the Rams, Karen Williams has 483 total yards and 5 touchdowns. So do you guys think that they're both going to have big games in this, or do you think it's going to be a shootout, or what type of game do you think it's going to be?
I don't think it's going to be a shootout, to be honest with you, just because the Lions defense. Sorry, we got a visitor in the background, but yeah,
You can't see her, man.
Oh, they can't see. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking I'm sorry, that threw me off. I'm going with the Rams. I don't even know what the question was, but the Lions, they do have the second best run defense. So like the Lions have a really good defense. But the Rams offense is just crazy. They're probably the hottest team going into the playoffs. Their last 8 games, the Rams are 7-1, and their one loss was to the Ravens in overtime. So the last 2 months or so, they've really been clicking. They've been getting healthy. Karen Williams is I think getting healthier. Puka's back. Cup is Cup has been there. We know what that offense can do, and all of them are playing. And it's the script. The game is the script. Stafford versus Goff, obviously. And I think it comes down to the two quarterbacks in a close game like this. And I think Stafford's done it before. I'm taking Stafford over Goff.
Key factor to this game is nostalgia, man. That's going to be a wild building with the Lions and Stafford's back, and it's the first home game since 1997 or something crazy like that. It's been a long time, and I tried to tell y'all that this matchup was going to happen like 5 weeks ago. Y'all was
It's the
listening
script,
to
man.
me.
I
Y'all was-
don't,
y'all
I
was-
don't think I don't think anyone disagree with you.
Yeah, y'all didn't push back.
We didn't argue with you.
I
We were
don't
like,
think
yeah,
anyone
that'd be
argued it.
But I'm happy we got it. I think this is the best game of the weekend. No joke. I think I'm happy it's the Sunday night game.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a close one. I really do. I think they're evenly matched teams. You got Kieran Williams. Is it Kieran or Kyron? I don't even know how to say his name. Versus the dual threat that they have on the Lions. You know, they like to run that ball at the goal line. You got Stafford coming. They got Stafford coming back. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown on the Lions. I don't believe in Goff, man. That's the one thing about this game. I like Goff. I don't like he's tall Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, bro. I don't really.
You don't believe in Goff to what? To win this game, or
In general, I just don't believe in him. He can win this game. I think the Rams do win it because they're the team. Like I said, when you have this, actually, now I think about it, Aaron Donald or old boy that runs like Luigi or Waluigi, I forget his name, Hutchinson. Damn, I don't know who I trust to get a sack from.
I think the Rams offense. I know the Lions have a really good defense, but the Rams offense is just too much. I feel like it's too much for the Lions. Like if it's
the thing is, the Lions have the best offensive line in like football. Right?
Yeah.
So like if they can't get there, they can just run the ball all day and like force the Rams to have to throw. But I mean, they don't have issues doing so, but like they want to be able to feature K. Williams. They want to be able to run the ball a bit. If they have to throw it, I don't know. But I don't know, man. It's a toss-up for me, bro. I'm going to go Rams. I'm going to go Rams out of respect because I like Stafford. I do.
Yeah.
That's the key factor there. The fact that they got Stafford and they don't. And it's funny because it's the Lions.
It's tough because I think we haven't seen like the best version of the Rams yet, like all year. So will they click this game and get it done? I don't know. But I think the Lions take it. I think like you said, like you don't believe in Goff. I think Goff on the Lions is similar to like when the Rams went to the Super Bowl with Goff. We're just like similar type of team where it's like they focus on the run and like he just does enough to kind of like get them through. Because I think it's definitely gonna hurt because like Laporta is like kind of playing hurt. He's banged up. But if they can run the ball and like focus on the run, like I think they have enough to like go on a run. Like they're always going to be in the game. Like as long as they're in the game, I think you can make plays. Like even against the Cowboys, like they drove down the field and scored, and they got the 2-point conversion. So like he's playing well. Like as long as like they just don't get behind, and he has to catch up. Like I think that's the key thing.
I hope to God it's a close game and Dan Campbell has to make a ridiculous decision at the end of it.
That's probably going to be their downfall. That's
I hope
he's going to be too aggressive.
I don't think he can get out of his own way, and like that's his downfall.
It'll be a decision made at the end of the first half. It'll be like, yo, should we kick this field goal or go for it on 4th and 3? Some shit like that. He's gonna go for it.
I think it's gonna be more. It's not gonna be a shootout. I don't think it's gonna be a shootout. I think it's gonna be both teams are gonna try to do a little ball control with the run game, and I think like what you said with Dan Campbell taking so many risks, like in a close game, in a tough game like this, like you really shouldn't. You should limit the risk taking, and I feel like he might be a little too aggressive, and it might come back to haunt them.
I'll say this: I talked about the sound bites that I want to hear from Mike McDaniel and Andy Reid. One of my favorite things to see is Dan Campbell reacting to losses. That shit is hilarious, bro. He's so emotional for no reason. Like, it's okay, bro. Like he be tweaking. Bro.
This is one of the better head coaching matchups too.
Yeah,
McVay
yeah, it
versus
definitely
Nimble.
is.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Shout out to McVay, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
McVay.
again, the Rams finished 7-1 to end the year. Like they quietly went 7-1, and I don't think anyone's really talking about them. How you had the Bills in the AFC is like that team no one wants to play. It's definitely the
It's the
Lions. I
Rams,
mean, definitely the
the
Rams in
Rams in
the
the
in
yeah.
NFC. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Carson Wentz sealing it up for him, man.
Yeah, Carson Wentz came in. Got that.
And last but not least is the Monday night game. So that's the Eagles and
You
the
want to go first?
Buccaneers.
You want to go
AJ
first?
Brown's
Bro?
out. AJ Brown's out, by the way.
I don't know if you heard.
AJ Brown is out, but these teams did face each other in week 3. The Eagles won 25-11. Biggest stat line I found was total offense. The Eagles had 472 yards to the Buccaneers 174. So it's been a long time. Like obviously AJ Brown is out now. So what type of game do we think it's going to be?
Yeah, I think the Eagles get right, man. I do. I think this is the week. Yo, every Eagles fan I talk to depressed, head down. They don't even want to win this game. I can't, bro. Look, don't rub your eye, bro. Don't rub your eye. Y'all taking it, man. Y'all got this. AJ Brown, no AJ Brown, man. Tush push. All right? Nah, I'm kidding. I got the Bucks. I do. Y'all secondary weak as shit. Evans about to eat. Mayfield sucks, but like he don't suck enough to lose to y'all right now. Y'all haven't looked good in 2 months, bro. It's been bad. It's been bad. Hurts is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Is Slay still hurt? Like I don't think y'all even healthy in that.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter who's healthy. Yeah.
If AJ was playing, I might have a different thought process. Just because I know he could go off, and I know he could go off against the Bucks. But there's no energy around y'all. Like y'all would have to like dig deep and find something that's not there right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just don't see it happening.
We haven't. Yeah. You mentioned the 2-month mark, and like that's legit. Like they're when's the last time they won? They're 1-5. They're 1-5 in their last 6.
And they had a bye, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's rough.
Well, they were 1-5, and their one win was versus the Giants, who then got blown out by in the last week. And meanwhile, the Bucks are on the opposite trend. They finished the year 5-1. So You got the Eagles nose diving. You got the Bucks trending upwards. I don't know. And you mentioned what kind of game it's going to be. I think it's going to be a Baker game. I think Baker goes off. We mentioned all year how the Eagles have struggled versus the pass. They have the second worst pass defense in the league. Meanwhile, Baker was top 10 quarterback this year. He was 9th in total yards. I think he's a candidate for comeback player of the year. You still got Godwin. You still got Mike Evans against that Eagles secondary. I don't like that matchup for the Eagles. I'm taking the Bucks. Give me Baker.
I think the Eagles win. I think it's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Eagles win. I think one of the bigger things, I definitely think the secondary's hurt. Like, there's not a lot of energy, but I think because A.J. Brown's out, they'll go back to the run game. And that's usually when they have success. The first time they played, the Eagles had over 200 yards rushing. So that was the key to the game. They couldn't stop it. I think the Bucks only had like 40 yards rushing. So I think they'll go back to the rush game. We do have Julio Jones, who obviously is not in his prime, but he's another big receiver that I think they'll just plug and play for A.J. Brown. I'm talking about scheme wise. I'm not talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about scheme.
Keep going.
Julio went off a couple weeks ago.
No,
let
me finish. I'm talking about scheme wise. He definitely went off.
Okay.
He's like I said, he's not in his prime. He's not replacing A.J. Brown, but scheme wise, he's a plug and play. Also, Julio Brown was recently on the Buccaneers, so I think that will play into their scheme in terms of like their play style. Is kind of one of those little things that kind of I think is a factor in the game, like when people have been on their team recently, that will come into play. So I think the Eagles win an ugly one. I think Buccaneers are definitely better, but I don't think Baker's going to get it done.
I respect it.
Why
man.
not? Why
I
not?
do.
Why
Nah,
don't you think they could? Is that just a hunch, or like
he's
I
it's
don't think they. I think
the Eagles? You think the Eagles secondary could stop Godwin and Evans?
Lee.
no.
He was never gonna get up here and tell us the Eagles are losing this playoff
No,
game,
no, no.
bro. It wasn't
I'm
happening,
saying
bro.
I don't
Not
think the
happening.
I don't think the Buccaneers can rush the ball at all against anyone, let alone the Eagles.
Rashard White. Rashard White was a top 10 fantasy running back at least. I don't know.
He had less than 40 yards against the Buccaneers the first time. I don't think he's gonna rush the ball. I think we're gonna be focused on like stopping the pass. Like Mike Evans is gonna get what he gets. Like those type of receivers always go off against us anyway. Like Metcalf, Mike Evans, like those receivers always go off. So it's like I'm not expecting him to have a bad game. But I think it's going to be one of those where like the Eagles are going to play like everybody back. They're going to let them catch underneath, and they're just going to take that. And you're going to have to put together like 15, 16 plays to like score on us. And I don't think Baker can do that consistently. So it's like I said, I think it's going to be an ugly game. Like I think I don't think the Eagles run away with it, but I think it'll be a close game that the Eagles win, and it's going to be focused on the rush game. And like they're gonna, if the Bucks win, they're going to have to put together drives, like long drives. They're not going to have like big plays.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the Bucks struggles with the run. I'm not gonna lie, I think they were the last rushing team in the league.
Terrible.
But at the same time, like, the Eagles secondary is so bad, bro. They're so bad.
Kelly Ringo.
Hey.
Kelly Ringo.
Kelly
Interception.
Ringo, listen.
Kelly,
I
Baker's
can
been
see-
rocking this year. I think I was
Baker
sleeping
can
on Baker.
Kelly Ringo.
I wouldn't be shocked in any way this game goes. I'm gonna be honest with you, because the Eagles are just more talented than the Bucks. They should be winning these games, but yeah,
They've-
just playing like some bitches,
know.
bro. I don't know what to say.
It's been 2 months. It's been 2 months of this for the Eagles. I don't
Shit
know.
crazy.
Kelly Ringo.
Shit crazy.
For the win. But all right, so that's all the games this week. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the Eagles can pull it out, but we'll see what happens.
If the Eagles wait, time out. If the Eagles lose, do you think they fire Sirianni?
Yeah, they gotta chill with that, bro.
I
I heard
They
those.
gotta chill.
don't
That'd
think
be
so.
wild.
I think the defensive coordinator is definitely out regardless of what happens. Maybe
Yeah.
some other staff
should-
moves.
He shouldn't have taken over. That's when I knew it was. Once they made Matt Patricia the defensive coordinator, I was like,
Yeah.
this is not going to go well.
Yeah, like even some of the offensive stuff, like there's it's so predictable, man. Like I think AJ Brown said in one of the press conferences, like I'll watch on TV. Like there's one play the Eagles run at least 2 or 3 times a game for Goddard. He just runs behind the line and they throw it to him. Third and short every single time. It's like a Goddard play. He just runs behind the line and they just throw it to him, and like you can't guard it. But it's just like there's certain plays that they always run every week, every situation like the same way, and it's just like you got to switch it up, man. Like if I can see it at home, like other people are seeing it. You know, these other coordinators are seeing it.
Yeah, I think what it is I think it's a reflection of the tush push, because when you have a play that's like 90% from short yardage, it kind of changes your play calling on the other downs, because like, oh, if we get third and short, we got it. So you're not being as aggressive, I don't think, because you know you have that in your back pocket for short yardage, so you're not afraid of short yardage, if that makes sense. So I think they've fallen in love with the tush push too much, and I think you're seeing it impact the rest of the offense.
Speaking of the Eagles, you think they go after Wink Martindale to
They
be
better.
the defensive coordinator? I don't know if he's a great fit for them. I know he has the front seven is great, but like he is a guy who relies on man coverage so he can blitz. And y'all secondary,
true.
y'all gotta have to really revamp
I
that
think-
secondary if
I
you
mean,
want Wink.
It's been like even from the first, like when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, like their secondary wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like they just had a good
Their
scheme.
front seven was crazy. Their front
Yeah,
seven was,
it's like it's
they're
always been
rotating.
the pass rush, but it's like
Yeah.
we need to get people in the secondary. Like we haven't drafted anyone in the secondary. Like the linebackers have been kind of like makeshift too. Like linebackers are literally like no name people off the street. So it's just like anything outside the front seven on defense just needs to be addressed. Like that's it. Like it's like, but corner specifically, like Slay is like. I mean, that signing kind of looks like it wasn't that good at this point. To kind of bring him back, like Bradbury, like can't cover anybody. So I mean, I much rather see the young guys get a chance than just like letting trot these guys back out and just try to retool from there.
Yeah, I still think it's a coaching issue. Like that on paper, top to bottom, that team is still one of the top 5-10 teams on paper. Definitely underperforming. So
It's bad. All right,
I got this.
we got this. We got this. I'm not worried. So
they'll win this week, and everyone will be good about it. Yeah.
Okay, so I got another game for you guys this week. So this one is based on the wild card weekend. Again, I'm using the honor code, so hopefully nobody looks up as Sebastian just starts typing. But
I'm putting my.
we'll see. But
Here's
break out
my keyboard. It's going over here.
break out your notes. So it's gonna be 5 questions. And they're all gonna be about something about the wild card weekend. So I'll explain. I'll give you the question. Most of them are going to have 1 point, and there's opportunities to get a bonus point if you get more of the question or you have more details of the question. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So first question is: there's one quarterback who was able to achieve a perfect passer rating in the wild card weekend. If you can name that quarterback, that's 1 point.
Kerry Collins?
No clues?
Just write it down. Just write it down.
Oh, my fault.
Wait, write it down. We'll go over the answers at the end. All right, we'll go over at the end.
A
So
perfect
we choose one, or we write like 5 quarterbacks to see who it could be.
Just choose 3. Choose 3. You can choose 3 quarterbacks. Perfect passer rating. The only person to achieve a perfect passer rating in a wild card game.
It's gonna be some random guy. I know it.
Let me know when you're locked in.
I'm locked in, bro.
Yeah, sure. I'm locked in.
Okay. All right. So it is wild card weekend. So I need 2 numbers. How many wild card teams have made it to the Super Bowl? And how many wild card teams have won the Super Bowl?
I know 1. I know 2.
So 2 numbers. How many teams have made it? How many teams have won?
I'm totally guessing, but okay, go ahead.
Bruh.
I only know the one. I only know the one. I think we all know the one, but I'm sure there had to have been another one.
You guys are locked in?
Yeah.
I didn't even have my first answer yet, bro. I'm gonna go with made it. Okay. All right.
Made it to the Super Bowl and have won the Super Bowl.
How many Super Bowls have there been?
That's a lot, man.
You know what
At
I'm
least
saying?
50, right? What are we up to?
It's a lot. It's a lot of Super Bowls, man. All right.
I'm hoping it's not going all the way back. When was the wild card introduced? When was the wild card introduced? Wild card was introduced.
I'm glad you asked that question, because the next question is, what year was the wild card introduced?
1984.
Now for this
bro.
question, if you get it right, if you get the exact year, you get 2 points. But I'll give it to you. I'll give you a point if you're within 5 years.
All right. I have my year.
I got my year.
I'm probably tripping.
I feel like it's
This is bullshit, bro.
Okay.
All
So
right.
the most receiving yards in a wild card round, if you can name the player or the team, I'll give you 1 point. If you can name how many yards it was, I'll give you
Oh my,
an
Nick.
You
extra
should
point.
win. You should win.
Come on,
You win. If you get the yards, you win. I don't. Most.
I
in a
have my
wild card.
guess, but only
So
because some
for this
specific
one you could pick 3. For this one you could pick 3.
3. Okay.
Most receiving yards in a wild card round game.
See, this is where I wish I knew when the wild card was introduced. All right, I'm just gonna guess.
Oh man, 3. I have 2 that I think are really solid guesses. We have to name the team that they played.
If you get the team, you get an extra point. So like I said, player, team, and if you guess the yards, it could be a total of 3 points.
I'm not even gonna guess the
I'm not even
yards.
gonna try the yards. Yeah.
Yards is crazy, bro. Sunday's wild card game and what?
What happened? There's an alert. Did they
The
move the
Bills
game?
game got moved to 4:30
The snow.
on Monday.
Oh,
Oh. Whoa.
so
Yeah.
Gabe Davis might play. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. All right, let me know when you guys are locked in.
All right, I'm in.
I think I'm in.
And the next
probably
one is
on.
around rushing yards, so same thing. Most rushing yards in a game in a wild card round.
All right, I got it.
Oh, you got it? Fuck you mean you just got it like that?
I know this one. No,
That's some bullshit.
I'm joking. I put a guess. I don't know. I just put the first one that came to mind. You want one name or 2 names? Just one name?
Just
I have 2 so far, but they're probably trash.
put 3. Put 3.
3. Oh man.
So
Wild
you guys
card.
got 3 for the rushing and 3 for the receiving.
I have 2
Yeah.
for rushing right now.
Let me know when you're locked.
Hell was that running back's name, bro? I tried.
What's his name?
I tried,
All
bro.
right. I don't think I got any of these. These were tough.
You
I
guys are
might
locked?
have the passer
In the
rating
wild
one.
card.
I
You
might
guys
have
are
the
locked.
passer
You guys
rating.
are locked.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
locked.
So first question was, in a wild card game, there's one quarterback who was able to achieve a perfect passer rating.
I think I know it.
Sebastian, who you got?
All right, so my 3 are Kerry Collins, Kurt Warner, and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. And Lee, who you have?
I had Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, and this is who I think it is, Colin Kaepernick.
Okay. Both of you didn't get it.
I thought for sure it was Kaepernick.
Both of you
Oh,
didn't get it.
so Collins was the championship game, or the second
Maybe.
round? 'Cause
Maybe.
I know he did
It
it.
wasn't wild card game.
Oh,
It was
god
wild
damn
card
it!
game. The correct answer was Peyton Manning.
Oh, I had crossed his name out. I had his name and I crossed it out. Fuck.
Yo, it's funny because I was like, yo, Peyton and Brady, like they won the division
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
like they were like number 1. I was like, nah, they didn't play.
That's why I
Yeah,
didn't.
they beat the Broncos 41-10 in 2003 wild card game. He was 22 for 26 with 377 yards. And he threw for 5 touchdowns.
Oh, you know what? I mixed up the Kaepernick game. Kaepernick had 200 rushing yards in the playoffs. That's what it was. Right? He had that big playoff run versus the Packers.
Word, he my rushing answer.
Is it? Oh, is he really? I didn't even. Damn, I should have thought of that.
So again, this is wild card. Again, this is wild card. This is all
Wild
about
card specifically.
I don't remember
So,
what games. Yeah.
How many
This is
how
crazy.
many teams have made the number? How many teams have made the Super Bowl from the wild card?
I said 4.
Okay, so this is my question that I should have asked earlier.
Sure.
You're just saying teams that played during wild card weekend, not were the wild card.
No, they were the wild
They
card.
were a wild card team and they made the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So
I said 4
7?
made it. 2
I had it higher because I misunderstood the question, so I'm gonna cut it in half. I had it at 14. I'm gonna go to 7.
Okay. You said you had
And-
wait. So what were your numbers? How many did you have that made it, and how many did you have that won it?
7 that made it. I'm gonna go 3 that won it.
Okay. And Lee, what'd you have?
At 4 and 2.
Yeah, you guys are both off, man.
Oh my god.
There's
It's worse.
11 teams have made the wild
11?
card from the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
I feel like that's
and
fair.
7 have won it.
Shit. So I had 6. I had
7.
6 and I had 14. I was in right
You
there. I
keep
fucked
changing
up.
your answers. You keep
Oh
changing
my
it because you're trying to
God.
see what's happening.
I
Yeah,
was still closer than Lee though.
Yeah. Who are the teams? The Giants.
The Giants are one.
So the
Giants are one.
Buccaneers in 2020, they won it with Tom Brady.
yeah,
The
they were
Packers
wild
won it in 2010 over the Steelers. The Giants won it in 2007 over the Patriots. Steelers won it in 2005 over the Seahawks. The Ravens won it in 2000 over the Giants. Broncos won it in
The
1997.
Ravens were a wild
The Ravens
card
were
team?
not a wild card team.
Yeah, they were.
When they beat the
2000
Giants?
Yes, they beat the Giants.
The 2000 Who won the fucking division
This
that
is
year?
this is a wild card weekend. Wild card weekend. They weren't a 5 or 6. They were number 4 seed. They played in the wild
See,
And
card.
they weren't a wild card team.
Lee, this is where you fucked me up, PFC.
They weren't a wild card team
Are
then.
you saying they
The
played
question
on wild
is,
card?
how
or
many
they were the
wild card
card?
teams have won the Super Bowl?
Those are two different.
Yeah, but
hold on.
you just said the
Lee,
Ravens were the 4 seed. That means
Right.
they weren't.
That's what I'm
wild card.
saying. We're looking at it like
This is what it says.
Oh,
this
wait.
This is a
No,
wild
in
card
2000
team.
They
But
were.
that
They
was
were.
like-
I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at
Yeah,
it in
they're a wild
2000.
card
The Ravens
team.
were a wild card team. The Titans won the division.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That
The
year, the
wild card
Titans. That was
team,
with
like
Steve McNair. With Steve McNair and Eddie George, they were
My
13
God,
3. They won
man.
the
Like
division.
this is what it is, man. I'm just telling you what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Shout out
the Ravens
to
were a
Steve
wild card team.
McNair, man. Shout out to Steve McNair.
But 1997 was the Broncos over the Packers, and then 1980 was the Raiders over the Eagles.
So I still get
Had
the
wild
point.
card back then. Shit,
I
my
was
other
the
answer was way
closest.
off.
Uh,
I was the
so,
closest, right?
so the second question was, when did the wild card begin?
I said 1977.
Damn, I said 86.
Okay.
I think I was
Well, you said 77. So, Sebastian, you get the point because I said within 5. The year is
Let's go.
1980.
Okay. Oh.
Hey, man.
1980.
Yeah. Okay.
1980. All right. So Sebastian has 1 point.
I should have 2 points. I was closer on
What?
that other one.
No. You got 1 point.
Whatever.
So the next one is most receiving yards in a game for the wild card. So Lee, what did you have? What were your 3?
I had, for some reason, I thought it was someone with Peyton Manning, so I took Reggie Wayne, Marvin Harrison, and my third one was Mark Clayton from the Dolphins.
Okay.
Mm.
And Sebastian, what did you have?
I had Steve Smith versus the Giants in 2000 and what was that 4 or 5? He shitted all over us. I don't remember exactly how many yards he had, but it was a nightmare to watch. I have Hakeem Nicks versus the Falcons 2000 and what was that 11?
Okay.
He just had a few crazy like catches that went for like 80 yards or whatever. And then Antonio Brown. I didn't have a game in mind. I just feel like the Steelers play a lot of wild card games because that division is hard, and he was cooking. So Antonio Brown. Insert random wild card game.
That's a good one.
If you guys had to, how about this? I'll give you guys 2 more guesses. And if any of them are in the top 5, I'll give you a point. If any of your 5 are in the top 5, I'll give you a point. So 2 more guesses for receiving yards.
Wild card receiving yards.
And I'll do the same thing with rushing.
I don't know, man.
Shit.
I'll
man.
go. I don't even know. I'll go. Torrey Holt.
Okay.
I'm just naming random receivers who I think. What big wild card games?
Oh man. Wild card.
Jimmy
Who's playing
Smith.
early?
Smith?
Jimmy
what's Smith?
I'm going
Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sebastian, you got 2 more.
Des Bryant. They was making the playoffs, but not getting far every year. So whatever he did, it was in the wild card, most likely.
Okay.
And let me get Larry Fitzgerald.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So Lee got a point for
Oh, who did I get?
Reggie Wayne was in the top 5.
God damn it.
So from going up from 5 to 1 was Jerry Rice with the Raiders with 183 in 2002. Calvin Johnson with the Lions, 211 in 2012.
How I forget that. I remember that game.
I thought I thought he never made the playoffs, wasn't it?
Nah, they
One time he
did.
did.
They
One time he
did.
did.
One time, right?
They
It
went-
was just-
That was it?
Reggie Wayne was third, 2005 with 221 yards. T.Y. Hilton in 2014 with the Colts for 224 yards. And number one was Eric Moulds for the Bills in 1999 with 240 yards.
Come on, man. Come on.
I haven't heard that name in
In a
like
long
15
time.
years.
In a long
You
time.
never get that one, man.
A
Come on,
long
bro.
time. All right.
You know who I was
and,
gonna say? That dude, that black dude from the Ravens. I think he went off in a wild card game one
The
time.
black dude from the Ravens.
With
Yeah,
the-
that's who.
with the hair, with the dreads. I forget his name.
What?
I forgot
For
his
the
name.
Ravens?
You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the
How long ago?
Titans?
No,
Wait, for the Ravens?
it's more recent than that. It's recent. It's recent. What
As
is
a
his
receiver?
name, bro? Yeah.
Steve Smith.
No, I'll remember.
Yeah,
later.
What?
He had dreads
I don't know what you're
Yes.
talking about. But
on the Ravens.
yeah, I don't think it's the right team. But
This
Yo,
decade
Yeah.
or last decade?
maybe last decade. Hold up.
the
Like before
Ravens-
Lamar Jackson.
Just go ahead, bro. Just go
Yeah,
ahead.
okay,
Before Joe Flacco.
So-
No, I
It
want
was Joe Flacco era. I'm pretty sure it was Joe Flacco.
There's
era.
no way.
Torrey Smith.
Yes.
Torrey Smith.
Oh,
Torrey
Torrey
Smith.
Smith. He did have dreads.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did have
That
dreads.
would have been a good
Yes.
guess. That would have been a good guess. 'Cause
Yeah,
he
I
did
was
have-
about to put him on
Yeah,
there.
that would have been a
But
good
it was
guess.
the other
had
guy who
crazy
caught the
game.
bombs. It was
Yeah.
the other guy who caught
Jacoby
the bombs.
Jones was the
Yeah,
was the
Jacoby. Yeah, he caught the bombs.
one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
it still
that.
would have been wrong, but it would have been a good guess.
Yeah.
But
Eric
rushing
fucking
yards.
Molds, bro.
So same thing with rushing
Yeah,
yards.
it's,
I'll give you 5 guesses. You just got to name one in the top 5. So Sebastian, you go first for this one.
Oh, we got 5 guesses.
Yeah. So
All
you
right,
should have 3
Sean
already.
Alexander. I had 3 already. Sean
I had
Alexander, DeMarco Murray, Larry Johnson. Fuck. I'm trying to think of older running backs because apparently we're going back to 1980.
It's
Wow.
wild
Okay,
card.
OJ?
Huh?
OJ Simpson.
Okay.
one
And
more.
shit, did Barry ever actually go to the playoffs? I don't even remember Barry Sanders went. Nah, I'm not gonna pick him just because. Wild card. Let me get God damn it! I really can't think of somebody right now. Running backs.
Got one guess.
I'm trying to think of the 80s because I don't have that on my list.
I'm trying to think of the 90s. I'll just go early 2000s. Tiki Barber. Fuck it.
Okay. So Lee.
Okay.
That was
So
a
you
weak
want
ass
five?
guess.
You want
Go ahead.
5, right?
Currently it's tied 1-1. So this is for the game.
My three original 3 were AP, Barry,
I fucked
and
up.
Emmett.
Okay.
Now I need 2 more, right? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Marcus Allen,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go Eric Dickerson.
Mm.
Okay. You guys didn't get any.
What?
At the top 5.
OJ?
Okay.
OJ, do it.
No,
Ah.
I will say that Emmitt Smith is in the top 5 for most rushing yards in wild card rounds, like overall,
Total?
like throughout a
All-time?
career,
Yeah.
but not in a game.
He's an accumulation motherfucker in the first place.
So I don't know how y'all want to break the tie.
Walter Payton.
Walter.
Oh, one
Payton?
guess? One guess to go?
No, Walter Payton is
Um,
incorrect.
All right, so
All
I
right,
got
you get
one
one more.
chance. I got one
Yeah.
chance of redemption.
You get one,
here.
you win. Yeah, you get one, you win.
Marshall Falk.
Oh, that's a good.
No, that's wrong.
Fuck! Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna go
That was wrong.
Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams. Oh man.
No, that's wrong.
God, first one to get one.
Running backs.
Can we get decade?
LT. LaDainian Thomas.
No.
No way.
All right, can we
No.
get a
Do
decade?
you
Can we
want?
get-
So I could either give you years of the top 5, or I could give you teams.
No, years. Give me
Nah.
years. Years is harder.
Yours is harder, but
Okay,
Jesus Christ,
so-
bro.
Yeah. No, number 5 is 1996. Number 4 is 2020. Number 3 is 1997. Number 2 is 1983. And number 1 is 2000.
I'm gonna go Jamal
Melissa
Lewis.
McGahee?
No, both of those are wrong.
No Jamal Lewis. Who's the 2020 one? Who's the recent one?
2020. Who was out here last year? A couple years ago. Fucking what's his face?
Come on, guys.
LeGarrette Blunt.
We got to end the show at some point, man.
Is it not LeGarrette Blunt? No.
Okay, should I give you
Is one of
teams?
them on the Falcons? Is one of them on the Falcons?
No, I'm gonna give you teams. I'm just gonna give you a random order.
Oh God.
So
Match it with the years.
one is the Jets, one is the Jaguars, one is the Broncos, one is the Titans, and one is the Dolphins.
Terrell Davis.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
All right, but
Hold on.
had to lock that in. Had to lock that shit in.
Who was the Jets one? The Jets one
Thomas
was
Jones?
So you no, but you got Terrell Davis. So if Lee
I got
can't
two.
name one, Terrell Davis is number 3, 1997 Broncos with 184. If Lee can name one that's above, he'll.
I feel like I should know the Jets one. I feel like I should know the Jets
You
one.
should, bro. I eliminated one for you. Go ahead.
So
But I don't
up
think
to
it's
you
the
or
obvious
Sebastian
one.
takes it.
I don't. There's the obvious one, but I think it's too obvious.
Fumble, bro. Fumble.
I'm thinking Curtis Martin, but that's not my final answer because I think that's too obvious.
Yeah, bro. Go ahead. Submit
You
that.
got whatever you
I'm
lock
thinking
in,
of the years.
man. Whatever you lock in.
Can you say the other teams again? Can I get the teams?
The teams are gonna be Jets, Titans, Dolphins, Jaguars.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No one said Eddie. No one said
Oh
Eddie
my
George.
Don't say
fucking
nothing.
God.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
I have a couple in my head
Sick,
right now,
bro.
but
I'm so sick right now, bro.
Don't say nothing.
And it's probably one too.
That's
Jesus
right. I'm just
Christ.
gonna go Derrick Henry.
Yup, and it's one, ain't it?
Derrick Henry is on there, but Derrick Henry is 4.
Let's go.
Terrell Davis had 184 in 1997 for the Broncos. Derrick Henry had 182 for the Titans in 2020. So he lost
Let's
by
go.
2
Full
yards.
top 5. What's
The
full
top
Let's
5. So
go.
number 5 is Natrone Means for 1996
Come on,
for the Jaguars,
Come on.
175.
Jaguars.
Derrick
Was
Henry,
never gonna-
2020 with 182. Number 3 is Terrell Davis, 1997 with 184. Number 2 for the Jets is Freeman McNeil, 1983, 202. And number 1 was Lamar Smith, 2000 for the Dolphins with 209.
Lamar Smith.
I was never getting that.
Lamar
One.
Smith.
I was, in fact,
I was never getting
only,
that.
I was only getting Derrick Henry and Terrell Davis. Those are the and when you said Titans, I was
just
thinking
Googled
Eddie
it.
George. Before
Yeah, I was thinking Eddie
Derrick
George, too.
Henry.
You guys
And
gotta
then I was
get
like, oh,
your
you said
sports
2020.
knowledge up with these games.
I just
man.
You didn't
Googled
know
Lamar
these
Smith,
Listen.
and it's Google Lamar Smith is nothing. It's like a U.S. representative and an activist. There's no football Lamar Smith.
You don't remember Lamar Smith?
No.
Lamar
No.
Smith. Let's look over.
Not
On the
at all.
Ravens? He doesn't even have a picture
No,
on
the
Wikipedia.
Dolphins. On the Dolphins.
Oh, on the
The
Dolphins.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
he's got a picture. He's got a picture.
Yeah, man.
He got himself them yards, man.
Listen, he played
so I
2
won.
years, man.
I won, man.
He played 2
He had
years.
1,000 yard season. He had 1,000 yard
Yeah,
season.
he almost had 2,000 yards.
14 touchdowns?
I don't know that, man.
Did he die?
What happened to Lamar Smith?
Lamar
Shout out to
Smith,
Lamar
man.
Smith, bro.
Oh, he got a DUI in 2020. That's
Yeah, why is the Lamar Smith that shows up white?
I don't
Who
know.
is
I'm
this
saying.
man?
That's what I'm saying. You saw that, the representative,
Yo,
right? So, yeah,
yo.
I Googled it. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
All right,
Yo,
Sebastian,
who is this white man, bro?
you ready for your parlay, man?
Nah, what? His name is Lamar.
Lamar Smith. Wow.
Yo, he's like, let me stop, bro. He's mad white though. That's hilarious. Anyway, I'm ready.
All right, go for it, man. Whatever you're ready.
All right, some quick synopsis, quick breakdown of what a love dog bet is, because although this isn't exactly it, this is Love Dog Weekend. So for those of y'all out there in a group chat with me and my boys, I said, we should bet all the underdogs, the live dogs this week. But I spelled it incorrectly. It auto-corrected to Love Dogs. And they've been clowning me for it ever since. But every year on the Wild Card Weekend, we place an underdog parlay on all the underdogs in that first week. And I think this is the year that it hits. But the parlay I'm submitting today isn't exactly that. I have a different 8-leg with Well, it's a lot more than $8 this time because it's the playoffs, baby. It's the playoffs. So to start us off, I have in the Pittsburgh and Steelers game. I mean, Steelers and Bills game. I have Josh Allen anytime touchdown and George Pickens anytime touchdown. There's going to be a theme. All of these are going to be anytime touchdowns. In the Dolphins Chiefs game, I have Travis Kelce anytime touchdown, Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown, and then I have David Njoku in the Houston Texans Browns game at an anytime touchdown. Devontae Smith anytime touchdown, which should cash because AJ Brown not playing PMC. I don't know if you heard. And I have Jameson Williams anytime touchdown in the Detroit game, and then Dak Prescott at plus 230 anytime touchdown versus the Packers. $75 will get you $428,000, $585.94. And that shit is hitting. Tell them, PMC.
I mean, it's hitting.
It's going cash.
It's going cash.
But for those of you who are a little bit more conservative, do bet all the underdogs this week because that's hitting too.
All right.
Shout out to my love dogs out there.
All right.
Just take the under in all the snow games. Take the under.
They out here moving games to different days, man. They not beat.
It definitely seems like the weather is taking a factor already before the games even start. But we got 4 hours until the first game tips off. So yeah, you guys got any last words before we sign off?
I beat Lee's ass today. He didn't even know it.
Yeah, that's a tough loss today.
Damn.
Yeah,
That was a tough one. Fucking wild card trivia.
You gotta be ready.
I'm not ready for that.
You gotta be
I was
ready
ready
for
for
that.
See, now I got to study for divisional round
You
trivia.
gotta be ready for the games. You gotta be ready for
Crazy.
the games.
Divisional round, man.
Division round. Do your homework, man. Do your homework.
Nah, man. I'm going in blind again. I'm going to win again, Lee.
That's
My
cool.
one playoff trivia that I know
Okay.
is there's only been a quarterback to beat both Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in the playoffs. Mark Sanchez. What's up?
I should have known. I should have known it was a Jet. I should've
The
known.
glory days, man. It's been a long time. I gotta go back. But yeah.
All right.
If your team's not in the playoffs, it's okay. There's always next year, unless you're a Jets fan, because it's been 14 straight years. So, yeah.
Jeez. Just the
Hopefully everyone's fantasy
That was
league is actually
mean.
wrapped up.
yeah.
That was mean, Lee. I'm sorry. That was not necessary.
That was great. That was great. Yeah.
My fault. It's all good, Lee. All our teams will be home after this week.
You'll be paying $40 million for so
That's crazy. All right. We're gonna get out of here. Like always, comment, subscribe, and yeah.